Hello, Maikako, o Kapena Kimo, ko Winoa. My name is Captain Kimo, and I own a nonprofit corporation called Captain Kimo's Hawaiian Adventures. And it's also a Native Hawaiian organization that helps to perpetuate the Hawaiian culture and language. So I have put together ʻŌlelo Hawaii, or Hawaiian language classes, so that I can help to share the language with all of you out there. And depending on what your direction is as far as ʻŌlelo goes or language goes, that's going to be up to you. But the purpose of my classes is to share the language and also to keep myself refreshed. So I'm basically doing it for you as well as myself, sharing with others. So what's going to be happening as I go through each lesson, I will be going over it with you, and in that way, hopefully, I'll be able to explain it a lot better, and also that you will be able to understand the differences in how to put sentence structures together. So thank you for tuning in, and we can proceed. Aloha. Let's begin with ʻŌlelo Hawaii, or Hawaiian language, Ha'awina e Kolu, or lesson number 3. So we are going to begin with the Hua ʻŌlelo Hou, the vocabulary. So the first word we have is ki'i, and you see the okina that separates the two vowels, the two I's. Ki'i, that means picture. Po'o means head. Lepo, dirt. So you can go down these and study them. Awe means whoops, and you're going to hear that occasionally. Awe. So now we're going to get into the sentence patterns. This is known as pepeke. Pepeke is a sentence pattern that consists of a po'o, or head, the head of the sentence pattern, the piko center, and the ave, or tentacles. So it's kind of likened to an octopus. So just kind of picture an octopus with the head, the center part of it, and then the tentacles. And then you'll see as we go along in the sentence structures, you'll see how all of that comes together. So we'll begin with the po'o, the head. The head is the descriptor word or phrase that begins the sentence. The piko is the center, and that is the subject or the main character of the sentence. The ave is the tentacles. That's the object or objects of the sentence. Now, one thing about the ave has to have an ami. So the ami are joints that kind of help to connect the sentence together. So the ami are used before every ave. Ami acts as joints to attach the ave to the sentence. So just remember, every ave needs an ami. So these are examples of ami. In the Hawaiian, you remember the Hawaiian vowels, A, E, I, O, U. So the I and the MA, those are Hawaiian vowels, or Hawaiian, the ma is with the A is the Hawaiian vowels. They are pronounced E and ma, but the equal words in, on, or at. So if you use an I or an E, pronounced as E, to describe something, then it would be known as in, on, or at. Me, this is not me, this is me, because of the Hawaiian vowel. Me equals with. Okay? So as a reminder on the sentence patterns, you got to remember that the ka'i is to lead. And we discussed this in lesson number 1. The ka'i is to lead. And that's words that come before nouns. And the ka'i, the examples of the ka'i is ka, ke, na. That equals the. Ko'u is my, kou, your, kona, his or hers. And then to pluralize, you use the ka'i, na, and mau. So na is used to pluralize the kainoa is the name. Na pluralizes that. So na inoa means the names. And kekeki, the child, na keiki, the children. You see how that works? Na is used to pluralize. Ka inoa, the name. Na inoa, the names. Kekeki, the child. Na keiki, the children. So as you can see, we have 3 words for the. The is the only ka'i that has a plural form. So that would be ka, ke, and na. Those are the three words. Mau is also used to pluralize. So ko inoa is my name. Ko mau inoa, my names. You need to remember the kahulu. Kahulu describes the word that it follows. So these are examples. The po'o. Remember the po'o, piko, and the ave. So we'll use the po'o and the piko to describe the kahulu. The kahulu are words that follow. So the kahulu is the descriptor of the subject. The piko is the subject. So if you're describing big house, then the descriptor or the kahulu will be nui, house, hale. So hale nui equals big house. So here are other examples. So now we're going to start getting into sentence structures. So here are examples of kahulu. The flower of the house is pretty. So pretty would be the kahulu because that's the po'o. The po'o, if you remember, in kahulu, that's the descriptor. So the flower of the house is pretty, meaning that to describe the flower of the house, pretty is the kahulu. So in Hawaiian, it would be pronounced as nani kapua o kahale, or pretty, the flower of the house. Nani kapua o kahale. Pretty, the flower of the house. Okay. The flower of Kauai is pretty. Nani kapua o Kauai. And then the next one, the poi from Kauai is ono. Ono kapoi o Kauai. So ono would be the kahulu because it describes the poi, it's the descriptor, meaning that it is ono. Ono kapoi o Kauai. So delicious, ono is the word for delicious. Delicious, the poi of Kauai. So let's get into something that maybe you can also use too. So we're going to go down here to Pehea Kekai o Hilo. That's the question is, how is the ocean of Hilo, or how is the sea? Because Kai is sea, Moana is ocean. So it would be Pehea Kamoana o Hilo. But in this case, we're kind of substituting the kai for ocean, but kai is actually sea. So pehea ke kai, whenever, remember, because kai starts with the K, so you have to use ke prior to kai. So pehea ke kai o hilo. That means how is the sea or the ocean of Hilo. Malie now has the kahako, I'm sorry. Malie has the kahako above the e, which emphasizes the vowel, so malie. And o kai kai, the o has the kahako above the o, so there's three questions. One is, how is the sea or ocean of Hilo? Second question, is it calm? Third is it choppy? Or kaikai meaning choppy. So to answer that, you would say, malie, if it's calm. Malie kakai o Hilo. O kaikai kekai o Hilo. Which means malie kekai o Hilo is the ocean or the sea is calm of Hilo, or calm the sea of Hilo. O kai kai ke kai o Hilo, choppy the sea of Hilo. Okay, so with a little practice, shoot, you get better than me. Now another one is pehea kamakani o Hilo. So whenever you hear the word pehea, that's going to be asking how are, and it'll depend on, like if it's pehe oibi, how are you? In this case, it's pehe kamakani o Hilo. How is the wind? Kamakani, the wind. How is the wind of Hilo? Olu olu kamakani o Hilo. The wind of Hilo is pleasant. Pehe kaniu o kahale. How is the coconut of the house? Well, the coconut ho'i kaniu o kahale, the coconut of the house, is interesting. So that in itself is an interesting answer. But interesting is the kahulu because it describes the coconut. Okay?